At the very end of last year, we lost an icon, a historic innovator who really is responsible in so many ways for the landscape we have today when it comes to sports and entertainment, television, and I'm talking about Charles Dolan. Charles Dolan was a disruptor. He was also a philanthropist, an innovator, a family man who really cared about his wife and his children, and he cared about Long Island. Think about the vision of Charles Dolan. He created Cablevision. He owned Newsday, one of the largest regional newspapers in the country, winner of 19 Pulitzer Prizes. He's responsible for creating News 12, HBO, AMC. And Charles Dolan's legacy lives on through his family. They own historic, popular venues like Madison Square Garden, Radio City Music Hall. They own the New York Rangers and the New York Knicks, who are on their way to the NBA Finals, we hope, as they continue to play great basketball. I think about this. Not only did Charles care about his family, he cared about his employees and treated them like family. When one of his employees at Cablevision, Mark Lustgarten, got pancreatic cancer, how did Charles respond? He founded the Lustgarten Foundation with his employee, and they've done so much in terms of pancreatic cancer research. It couldn't be more fitting that we're honoring the life and career of Charles Dolan with hundreds of business leaders, and that's what Charles Dolan was. He was a business leader. I know his family owns the New York Rangers and the New York Knicks, but Charles is really a New York giant when it came to what he did for family, for employees, in philanthropy, for the entire Long Island region. And we think it's appropriate that we give him the Lifetime Achievement Award for everything he's done and for everything that his family continues to do. And that's why we have Pat Dolan here tonight. Again, he owns Newsday, and he has really carried on the legacy of his father, Charles.
Looking back at the legacy of a man who changed media.
What is your name?
Charles Dolan.
From HBO to Cablevision to News 12 and Newsday, Charles Dolan changed TV and life on Long Island forever.
He changed the way that we consume news, entertainment, sports.
The humble billionaire was a titan of industry.
Kind, compassionate, a gentle genius.
Forbes called him the billionaire who drove himself.
The mastermind behind some of the most influential media ventures in American history.
Paul Newman.
In 1972, with Paul Newman's Sometimes a Great Notion and a New York Rangers game, Dolan launched Home Box Office. It was the first premium cable network offering movies and live sports without commercial interruptions.
Many people say that you invented Home Box Office, and I'm just wondering, is that true?
To the extent that I was involved in the start of Home Box Office, I'm very proud of it.
Well, have you ever thought about what if we had kept HBO and had, do you have any thoughts on that, or regrets or wonders?
Every day. Right.
He also founded the American Movie Classics channel. Dolan then created Cablevision, bringing cable TV to countless homes across Long Island. At its peak, Cablevision was Long Island's largest employer.
24 hours, every day.
In 1986, Dolan introduced News 12 Long Island, the nation's first 24-hour local news channel.
So many of us have had careers in media because of him, and we didn't have to haul all the way into New York City to do it.
There was no news here. He saw that need, that void. He filled it.
This is News 12 Long Island.
But the Cleveland native who called Cove Neck home didn't stop there.
Chuck Dolan expanded Cablevision's operations to include Madison Square Garden and its sports teams.
In the year 2000, Mr. Dolan was inducted into the Cable Hall of Fame.
And I would like to thank all of the people of Cablevision and Rainbow who have made it possible for me to be part of the Hall of Fame. It's really, to their credit, much more than to mine, and I thank you all for this honor tonight.
The Dolans were donors to Cold Spring Harbor Laboratory, and the Dolan DNA Learning Center serves as a model for public genetics education worldwide.
Charles Dolan was a trustee of the laboratory, but equally important, he was one of the most important philanthropists who supported Cold Spring Harbor Laboratory back in the 1990s and early 2000s. So that type of funding that has been incredibly important for us.
Dolan also founded the Lustgarten Foundation, supporting pancreatic cancer research.
First of all, with the Lustgarten Foundation, you see Mr. Dolan's passion for his friends. That was started because of a friendship with Mark Lustgarten.
The 5-year survival rate since the foundation was founded has more than tripled. Mr. Dolan, he changed the conversation of pancreas cancer, and he changed the landscape.
The thing I remember most is how he treated us, how he treated people. It's his humanity.
Regarded by many as a creative genius and professional maverick, Dolan was also the father of 6 children and was part of the greatest generation, serving in World War II as a pilot in the Army Air Forces.
He revolutionized it for the world. Charles Dolan was a genius. He was brilliant, and we are all the beneficiaries of that.
His legacy lives on in our culture, the institutions he built, and the lives he touched.